Hello my friends and welcome back to Cat on a Sofa, and today I would like to talk about John Wick, one of my absolute favourite action franchises, and one, miraculously, hi Raven, one that seemed to get away from me for a little while. In fact, John Wick 2 was almost being released by the time I'd even heard of the first one, and my dad had told me about it and said, like, oh, why haven't you seen this film? It's brilliant. And then I watched it the same day and I was like, well, yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. And then, well, you know, hooray. So they are all directed by Chad Stahelski, who founded 8711 Studios, now 87 North. Yeah, they're really, really good. Yeah, they're really good. In fact, they're so good that unfortunately I end up judging all action films by the same standard. And what stands out for me as being the absolute best thing about them, other than all of the obvious effort they go with the training and the gunplay and fighting, is the very minimal amount of cutting that they do in the filming and the editing. You get a lot of nice, like, long, zoomed out shots, and yeah, they're really, really good. It's a shame that they are actually so good, because I end up enjoying some old and some new action films less because they're so good. I can't really hold that against it, can I? But we're not really here to talk about the movies. Maybe I will start talking about films in a slightly different format. But for now, I would like to show you the Steelbooks. So these are the Novamedia non-4K Steelbooks. This one has just a little bit of damage. It was still sealed when I bought it too, so I don't know how that happened, but it's like the plastic films peeled off ever so slightly. But yeah, these are the Lenticular Novamedia editions, and they are really, really nice. I got them on eBay, all for £130, which is quite a bargain, I think. I mean, I didn't get them on 4K. I already have the movies on 4K anyway, so I wasn't so bothered. I just wanted the Steelbooks, and yeah, they're really nice. They're Novamedia, so I already expect them to be pretty good. They're all nice and glossy. With that comes the ever-present micro scratches, but what can you do about that? So yeah, this is John Wick 1. There's the lenticular slip. And there's the back of the lenticular slip. And the front of the steelbook and the back. And yeah, they're very, very nice. I do like Novamedia's releases. These aren't quite what I would call a full slip, although they are advertised as a full slip. I don't think they are. I think their official name is like an O-ring slip. So yeah, they're not quite as nice as Nova's full slips, I don't think, but they are still very nice. And we have a nice Korean booklet, which I don't read. I don't read Korean, shock. But yeah, it's very nice. And as is usual with Novamedia, we get some art cards. I've got some odd bending on those. I don't know what caused that. We have some nice art cards here of all the main players, and I really should start doing some research here, because man, I always forget everybody's name. Like, can't remember who Willem Dafoe plays. I know that she's Perkins. That's obviously John Wick. And is it Losef? I can't ever remember their bloody names. I don't know why. It's making me look like I don't know what I'm doing. But yes, there's Keanu, and I want to say Daisy. Keanu, they really should have just killed him there, right? And yeah, this is the only guy that ever proves a fight for Mr. Wick in the whole film, really. He's the only one who manages to knock John on his ass. Yeah, in fact, he very nearly should have killed him a couple of times. John Wick was rusty. In fact, John Wick was still concussed. I was talking about this recently. Like, the whole series of films, they only take place over the course of about a week, I think. And it basically starts with John getting hit in the head with a baseball bat and knocked unconscious. and presumably being concussed. And yeah, it's safe to say that from that point on, he was both completely rusty and also injured, and he only gets more injured as it goes on, and by the end of the third film he's visibly slower. And I don't know if this was a conscious choice on the filmmakers, just because Keanu's getting older and it's much easier if you give him a reason that he needs to be somewhat slower. I mean, if you watch the final fight in the third movie, he should have been killed like 10 times over. Like, and I don't just mean from like the gunfights. I mean, they had him dead to rights on the floor and could have killed him. And I think it was like it's a respect thing that they allowed him to live. Yeah, and yeah, by the end of the third one, he's pretty much still suffering the effects of the first film. And I do really hope that in the new one he gets to train a little bit and heal, because it would be nice to see like John Wick closer to his full strength. So yeah, anyway, here's the lenticular slip from the second one. Very similar. It's in fact, it's almost identical. You kind of wish that they'd use some slightly different art on that, but it's still very nice. And this one's got like an almost metallic shine to the back. It's really pretty. So John Wick surrounded on all sides by assassins. I do think that very much captures the essence of the film. And John Wick being fitted for his magical bulletproof suit. And then we have Mr. Wick. I really shouldn't try to do accents. That disc does not want to come out. There we go. That was so not worth the effort. So there we have the inside of that one. And another booklet. This one, a lot nicer than the first one. Feels a little bit more premium. There's Ruby Rose. And just, wow. Check out the rig it takes just to do that. Wow, that's interesting. Yes. And then we have more art cards. I do like, I prefer art cards to posters all the time. I think posters are nice, but as I've said before, I'm not a big fan of folded posters, and I would much just prefer art cards. So there's John Wick and the King, and I've forgotten his name. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Italian dude, and the Continental dude, and there's Common and Ruby Rose. I don't know, that's not their character names. I don't care. And yeah, the backs of these, they've all got really nice artwork on. I do like that stylized artwork there. That's really cool. These are yeah, instead of having stills from the film, it's all like art cards. They're really nice. So yeah, I really am looking forward to the fourth movie. I think it's coming out in May or March. I want to say March, actually. I'm actually a huge fan of everything that 87 North have done, and it's a shame that some of their films are only available on Netflix, because I want to buy them. I know you can get bootlegs, but I'm not a huge fan of bootlegs, and I really would like to get what do we have? The Day Shift, which recently came out, and I know Kate is also really good, but there are a lot of films on Netflix at the minute that I would like physical copies of, like The Old Guard and Extraction. I'm sure there are a lot more. Oh, Six Underground, yeah, like some of their good action films. And it's like, I know you want them on your platform to bring people to the platform, but think of the physical collectors, please. So yeah, and there's John Wick 3 Parabellum in another lenticular. It's all very nice. And John with his swords. And I think this might be my favourite of the three. Maybe the second one, not the film, the Steelbooks. I mean, I do like the cover of the second one, although the back of this one is gorgeous. And yeah, they're all nice and glossy, as you would expect from Novamedia. We have another very nice booklet. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then one little look at the art cards and character cards. I'm not going to try and name them all, because my brain doesn't seem to be firing on all cylinders this morning, so I will just show them to you. And there's the back of that one in the Continental. And yeah, these are all nice. Nova, the first one seems a little bit off with how they've bent her. They don't quite seem as nice, but these ones are the usual Novamedia quality. They feel really nice in the hand. And yeah, it's a really nice set. I mean, I technically just like I've come to the conclusion a while back that I'm no longer collecting just to buy films, because if I was doing that, I would just completely abandon Steelbooks. And you know, you could pick up a collection for far less money than you know, what I do now. Even like new releases, I'd probably be saving about £15 to £20 per release. And yeah, it's what I do collect because I like watching films, because I do like watching films. But I've also started collecting just to own them, because they are collector's items and I like owning collector's things. So yeah, I don't have to justify it. So yes, my dudes, I'm going to cut it there. That is my John Wick Novamedia trilogy. No, John Wick Novamedia John Wick trilogy. Yeah, that makes more sense. And they are very, very nice. I don't like the way that you got Keanu, no Keanu. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing as usual, and please consider following me on Instagram and TikTok, and the it's like down here somewhere. It's in every video. You can't miss it. And on that, my dudes, I will see you next time.